Hey, what is up, you guys? Luke Wayne here. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. I really do, and as always, remember high hopes and low expectations. Once again, I am trying to reach my subscriber goal of 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you subscribe, that'd be a big help to me. And also like the video, as it does help me out in the YouTube algorithm. But regardless, let's get down to the topic. When will Gotham Knights release? I know this is a topic that a lot of you have wanted me to cover for a while, and can I just say how amazing it is, how good it feels to just be talking about this? Like, after just years of speculation, rumors, and leaks and teases, we finally have the official confirmation on August 20th. I'm sorry, I still can't get over that, but we finally have the official confirmation, the official title. We've seen gameplay, we've seen the trailer, and now we're just have to speculate when the release date will be. We know it's going to be out in 2021, but besides that, developers haven't really given any clear hints on what month will release and what day, what quarter will release in. I'm here to speculate on that, so just keep in mind this video is pure speculation. Don't expect any official release dates to be predicted in this video, but as always, we can always hope. So, a few weeks ago, I actually did put a poll out on Twitter, and I just asked, when do you guys think Gotham Knights will actually release? And I just did a poll. It was like January through March, like April through June. I can't remember the exact details, but to my surprise, January through March was actually the highest voted at like 34%, just barely. They were all pretty equal, but January through March was actually the highest voted, just barely though, which surprised me because, again, I thought a lot of people were saying this was going to release mid-2021 through late 2021. That's what I've seen a lot, but I'm kind of happy that my community is actually pretty optimistic about this. As always, high hopes. Now, do I think this prediction actually holds any validity? And surprisingly, yeah, I actually do think that this could be very likely. I don't think it's the most likely out of all of them, but again, I do think it's actually possible this game will release in March. January and February, no, I highly doubt. I'm willing to bet money this game will not release in January and February. But I really do think this game has a chance of releasing in March. If so, they have to reveal it now. And let me tell you why I think it will release in March. They've been working on this game for, first of all, I haven't made a game in 7 years since Batman Arkham Origins, okay? If you don't know anything about W Games Montreal's history as a gaming development studio, then be prepared to learn a few things. And if you do know, then I'm just going to recap really quick in the next 30 seconds or so. But anyways, W Games Montreal made Batman Arkham Origins 2013. It sucked. They made some DLC for Arkham Knight, but almost immediately after, they started working on the Suicide Squad movie tie-in game. It was scrapped out mid-2016. They also tried working on the Superman game, which was also scrapped. And of course, the Damian Wayne Batman game, which was rebooted early 2017. So essentially, at the very earliest, they've been working on Gotham Knights since about 2017 early, okay? And I'm sure they were able to salvage a lot of the resources from the Damian Wayne Batman game and from the Superman game and from the Suicide Squad game, They didn't just make those games, scrap them for nothing. I'm sure they were able to save some code and some character models that could be reused, like Harley Quinn if she's going to be in this game or whatever. But by and large, they've actually been working on this game since 2017, presumably also with assets from previously scrapped games, meaning that they've had plenty of time to work on this game. I mean, Spider-Man PlayStation 4 took 3.5 years to develop, and Insomniac Games actually had to go through pre-production for that game. Same thing with God of War. God of War took 5 years, but they spent 2 of those years in development hell and pre-production. Gotham Knights didn't really have a long pre-production. They knew what they wanted to do from the beginning, meaning that they've, spent 4 years already developing these other games. They already knew what they wanted to do with this game. I mean, they wouldn't just completely scrap the Damian Wayne Batman game if they didn't know what they were going to do next. They knew what they were going to do from the beginning, okay? It's not even including the fact that, realistically, they just haven't made a game in forever. They want to push this game out as fast as they possibly could. I'm sure they started development on this game as fast as they could, and they've been working really hard on this, possibly even some crunch as much as they possibly could. And I think this game is going to release as soon as it possibly can because they really need to make money. So let's face it, W Games was about to be sold just a few months ago. I made a video on that. They were actually looking to sell themselves, and Xbox, Microsoft, EA and Activision were and 2K were some of the highest bidders. They're definitely in some debt. They want to push this game out as fast as possible. That's the first evidence. Second piece of evidence is just frankly, the game is going to come out on PlayStation 4, not only PlayStation 5, not only Xbox Series X. It's going to come out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. They're going to push it out on the current consoles. They wouldn't do that if the game was going to be possibly delayed until 2022 or come out late 2021, because at that point, you're going to start seeing less and less games come out on this console generation. And you really don't want to put it on this current console because that will actually hold the game back and limit it by technology. With this current generation's technology, you're not going to be able to have as many effects or technological and visual spectacles with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. You're going to want to move to next gen as fast as possible. But beyond all that, the third and final piece of evidence, which I actually think is the most compelling, is simply WB Games' history, specifically WB Games Montreal's history. If you look at WB Games as a whole, they have always released games not too long after they've announced them. With the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, with Harry Potter, the new Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy, whatever that game is called. That game was released like 2-3 years ago. We saw that game 2-3 years ago. We saw gameplay quite a while ago. They could have revealed that game back in 2018, but they chose not to reveal it until like a couple of weeks ago, and now it's going to release sometime next year. How about the Injustice games or Mortal Kombat? I'm sure Injustice 3 is being worked on as I speak right now. I'm sure they're actually pretty far along in development. I can expect that game to release sometime early 2022, at the latest, I think, actually, but they're choosing not to reveal it now, even though I'm sure they can just drop a cinematic trailer right now to get everyone hyped. But no, WB Games won't do that simply because they just don't like revealing games too long before they actually release. It's just their entire business model. Wow, can I just say I'm sorry, guys. I actually just looked back and listened to a lot of this recording, and I did not realize how super duper depressed I sound. I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. I just woke up. But I'm sorry. And continuing with the video where I left off, WB Games Montreal specifically, they've only ever released one game. Shocking. But with that game, Batman Arkham Origins, that game was announced, I believe, wasn't that announced like back in May or April? That was released less than 6 months later after it was announced. So I don't think they're going to just announce this game and then delay it until 2022. They want to push this game out as fast as possible. Historically, it's been a little over 6 months, and that's not even like it. So if they revealed this game back in August, and we can just do the calculate, I honestly think that this game will release in March at the earliest. Again, don't actually expect it to release in March, but I am definitely hoping, and I think it is possible for this game to release in March. When can we actually expect a release date? That's a video for another time, but I would say expect a release date soon, pretty soon, because they're going to have to give it. The reason why they haven't given it is just simply because there's a lot of news going around at once, and they want to give it a little bit more room to breathe. Regardless, I would say March, like maybe March 22nd, March 15th. I wouldn't say too early. At the earliest, though, if I'm being completely realistic, I think the most realistic bet would probably be May or June, but I think they're going to be done with the game by then. I think if they do wait that long, if they do wait until midsummer or late summer, or if they do wait until fall or later, I think the game's already going to be done. They're just waiting that long just simply because they don't want to release it alongside other popular games, or they want to give people more time to adjust after buying the console so they have more money to buy Gotham Knights. But anyways, if you've been watching this far in the video, then you obviously enjoy my content. So once again, I have to ask you to please subscribe, help me reach my subscriber goal of 2,000 subscribers. But anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Is Gotham Knights going to release early next year? Is it going to release late next year? Think it could possibly be delayed into 2022? I think that is very, very unlikely to happen. But let me know down in the comments below your thoughts. Like the video to help me out in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope I get to see you again on my next video. Stay awesome, y'all, and peace out.